and James and Jensen. Um, Thank you for joining us and kindly help us to share the video, the broadcast, and also make comments. You can share the broadcast. We would appreciate that from you. Today is another day, and we are happy to be alive and to be among the living. And for those who are mourning, we want to say, hey, that's the word. All right. And those who are happy, we say, thank God. So, but not to waste much of your time, today is the 8th day of May, 2024. So, I mean, the year is moving, all right? So, we want to say it's good that we are all around. But today we want to touch again on the topic test for the rule of law as a declaration on President Joseph Boakai of Liberia. And we also want to look at the issue why um, um, drugs continue to enter Liberia. It's not a good thing for police to get involved in disclosing drugs. It's not a good job. The good job should be to stop the drug from entering Liberia, right? It means the government of Liberia should control the border point of Liberia. But if so much drugs will enter Liberia, moreover to be specific, and then you are having press conferences disclosing drugs, it doesn't signal well for the country because it means the first thing you should be proud about is to make sure the borders are protected, right? But to allow drugs come into the country and then you are displaying drugs just signal to some of us that you still need to do more, all right? But this is the thing we want to talk about primarily. Why government officials of Liberia are not declaring their assets. We spoke about it the last time, and I think today we want to emphasize that because I think even the newspapers have also captured that, and the LACC attention was drawn to that, and they also spoke about this. I remember our last conversation we had was on this very issue. We were looking at the 100 days deliverables of the Unity Party government headed by Joseph Boakai. So because when these people are not checkmated, it is difficult for people to understand what they're doing. You must checkmate these people. You must tell them that you should have done this, but you are failing to do these things. So if everybody keep quiet in the country, like Liberia, then the people do anything they want to do. They don't feel obligated. But it's good that this issue has stopped the discussion of the 100 days assets declaration. Have you declared your asset? If you're one of those officials of government, have you declared your assets? Well, we captured two newspapers on this topic. So we have the Inquirer newspaper and the New Republic newspaper. The headline for the New Republic says 425 officials defy Boakai. And I like that headline. Because Joseph Boakai, if he said his government going to ensure quote unquote arrest, one of the arrows stands for the rule of law. But then your officials supposed to declare their assets. They haven't done that. And you said nothing about it. You act as though nothing is going wrong with the rule of law. You declare your assets as president. Even doing the declaration of your assets, you make a proclamation, you make a pronouncement that everybody should declare their assets. They don't declare their action, you're going to take an action on those people. Why now? Why no action is taken since then? The mathematics is that there were 500 people, that is from LACC. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission says they are frustrated. They didn't use the word frustrated, but the way in which they provided information is like they are frustrated. Only 75 persons, officials of the government, have declared their assets. The rest of them, the 425 of those officials, they have said they will not declare their assets. Don't say what they say. Yes, the fact that they have not respected the law of the country, it means they are defying President Boakai. It means Boakai himself cannot do nothing to these people. That's why their actions are projecting. So the president himself, if he doesn't act, that means he's not serious for the rule of law, as he said. You have a piece of law when you got elected. He said the rule of law will not be disrespected in the country. Now, here it says it's right before your own face. It's a challenge to you, Joseph Boakai, as to what you're going to do. Are you going to dismiss these people? Liberia, there are so many Liberians, qualified Liberians who are prepared to work. So if other people who are given the chance to work, they don't, dismiss them, suspend them, get them out of government. And you find other Liberians to come and do the job. I know some of them will get annoyed, right? Some of them will get annoyed. But we don't care, because if you are a public servant, you must be respectful of the laws of the land, the Constitution, the statutes, those regulations, opinions on the court. You must be respectful of those laws. If you can't do it, then why are you in government? The same must declare asset. You don't force to get any property. No, the law doesn't say you must get property before you work. If you don't have, just declare, say you don't have. Some of you, maybe you get afraid, okay, I don't get a house, I don't get a car, I don't get money. You don't have to get money, you don't have to get cars, you don't have to get houses before you enter government. All you need is your brain. But the law is that you must not get into government and start stealing, and then nobody can trace the record. So declare your asset and tell the people, say you don't have money. That's the most important issue for asset declaration. You don't have money, be honest. I don't have money. You don't have house, tell the people I don't have house. Don't tell you say people who get houses, they are the ones who are in government. No. If you don't have assets, say you don't have assets. But the law says you must declare your assets. Why have you not? 425 is a shame and disgrace to the United Party-led government. Shame and disgrace to the United Party-led government. You cannot declare your asset. 425. That's gross defiance. So what is Boakai going to do about that? All of those who are press thinker, what can they say? Oh, come on, I can speak. Those of you who are Unity partisans and those who are battle criers for the Unity Party. You cannot declare your assets. And yet you want to be public servant. Why should you be in government in the first place? Why? Is Joseph Boakai serious to ensure that his officials respect the law of the land? Or is it that he really don't care? So why is Joseph Boakai not ensuring that his officials declare their assets? You want to say why? Joseph Boakai don't care, right? He's supposed to declare his asset. Why he's not declaring his asset? No, Joseph Boakai declares asset now. Let me get it straight. Joseph Boakai declares asset. They said 75 of those officials of his government declared their assets, while 425 of them have deliberately, willfully, intentionally refused to declare their assets. Why should they be in government? Why Joseph Boakai is not dismissing these people? Hello? Now Joseph Boakai carries some of them with him, right? Those who did not declare assets, some of them with him. I don't have the statistics with me, but with 425 of them who have not declared assets, some of them travel with him. Is Boakai serious? Is Joseph Boakai serious? Why is he carrying public officials who have not declared assets on public trips? Somebody will say, how do you know, right? The obligation is on Joseph Boakai to publish the list. No, it's not me. Like you say, all my officials I took with me to the United Nations, to the US, Africa Summit. None of them, every one of them have declared an asset. Then you'll prove me wrong. But I'm very sure some of his officials who did not declare their asset, they are with him. The obligation is on he, Joseph Boakai, to prove the case. Because 420, now that's from LACC now. It's not from the newspaper. You say newspaper lying. So some of you can just blindly support people. What can you say about this? If it was George Weah, you're going to be crying behind George Weah. Now it's not George Weah, it's Joseph Boakai. What can you say? What can you say? All of you believe that Joseph Boakai was the best person to run Liberia. Why these individuals are not declaring their assets? 100 days gone. Hello? I mean, I want to say bravo to the Inquirer and the New Republic. And I think they what you call it, pepper bread, or something. And I think there were 3 newspapers I saw. But I mean, I don't have I don't have sufficient time to upload these people. So I want to give credit to these two publications, right? The New Republic and the Inquirer. Inquirer says 75 out of 500 new officials declare assets. LACC discloses. So the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission says only 75 out of 500 officials have declared their assets. That's a shame and disgrace. Not even half of those officials. And Boakai has said nothing about these people. Some of them even travel with him. So can we compare him and George Weah at this stage? No, we still believe that Joseph Boakai must speak and say why he's not this. Look, Liberia has what? 5 million Liberians. I know, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have statistics. Don't blame me. People who are being officials of government should be in the business of disclosing or having a database that will speak to the number of Liberians that are educated. So that you appoint somebody again, the person cannot perform, get rid of the person and put another person there. So why Joseph Boakai is not talking? Why is he not taking action on these people? Or is that a free ride? Then why? I mean, I will look for his tip. I'm going to look for a tip. Today I'll look for a tip. I'll play it maybe before the weekend. His own voice on the asset declaration. I'm going to play it. So I'm saying it now. So I'm going to be aware. Y'all go tell some of you people working with you, but I'll go now and find that tip and y'all work in line with what he said from the onset. All right? So Joseph Boakai has not punished 425 officials who have failed deliberately, willfully, intentionally. Said they would not declare their assets. And Joseph Boakai says nothing, absolutely nothing about it. It was George Weah yesterday. Everybody was crying behind George Weah. George Weah has stepped aside. Liberians have put George Weah aside and brought you on board. Now, rule of law, you have arrest, agriculture, rule of law, and so on, road construction, blah, blah, blah. I don't care for the other acronyms. I'm talking about rule of law today. So why has Joseph Boakai not taken an action on these 425 officials who say the law, let the law go to hell? So what do you do? Under these circumstances, what do you do as president? It shouldn't be public debate. This should be of no debate. You say you're going to take action on anyone. That's the reason why you declare your asset, even though we don't know your worth. Liberians don't know your worth. If I'm in Liberia, trust me, I'm going to get a hard time before Joseph Boakai said. Declaring asset is going to be public. What is Joseph Boakai worth? So why we don't know Joseph Boakai worth? Maybe Joseph Boakai worth, should I say $1 million, $2 million, 5 million, 10 million? Oh, but we don't know now. When you leave power, then you say you get 20 million. Let's assume you have $4 million. I'm saying assumption, I don't know. So nobody argue with that. If you even have $100,000, whatever he has, he's going to declare it. So if you declare, it should be public. So like, no, okay, we have a president whose worth is 200 million 500 million or 100 million or whatever you want to say about his actual worth. So that when he's leaving power, he declares his asset, then we will know his worth. But he just declared asset. So maybe only LACC probably have seen that. So suppose the whole batch of LACC doesn't happen to them. Then we still don't know. People be guessing. Right? But that's not the point. The point here is 500 officials of the Liberian government, only 75 have declared their assets. So we want to challenge Joseph Boakai to do the honorable thing as president, that when you speak, your voice should be loud and gospel. If for any reason you want to change your voice, it will not be on issue like this. Asset declaration, they don't say people have money, they don't say people have houses. They said declare your asset. The reason you are supposed to declare your asset is to know your worth. You don't have money, it's not a crime. They're not going to take it from government because you don't have assets. But say it. Go and declare it. Say, I got into government on this day with nothing. I don't have a house. I don't have a car. I don't have property. But I'm a Liberian, competent to serve Liberia. And I'm proud to do it. That's asset declaration. You have said what your worth is. But don't hide behind not having anything and then you don't want to declare your asset. Declare your asset because some of you, things will change. Don't think you're going to be a business as usual. Maybe after government, you're not going to declare asset. You should declare your asset when you enter, when you leave in declare. Even Joey is supposed to declare his assets. That one nobody talking about it because people think that, along you become president, that means you have extra immunity. That means nobody should question you. So if Joey don't declare asset, then what should happen to him? You have a piece of law allowing that. That's not only officials, the same when you're leaving. So Joey left power, he's supposed to declare asset. All the people are supposed to declare assets. So you see, that's a big job for LACC. So why, if these people don't declare asset, then what happened? The next government can, then you bring them back to government. Right? Then you want to see everybody crying, Liberian development. You should be able to live by the rule of the rule of law. That's why that arrow you put in your own agony. You're singing song with it all around the place. Then why people not respecting the law? That's what we say. When you form a government, it makes sure to tell your people, I'm appointing you, but when you come, you don't do what you're supposed to do. You'll be dismissed immediately. Or the phone up to imagine a broker who had just decided to dismiss all of these people. That alone will raise his credibility very high. But his failure to act or to take action on these people, that's a menace for him. So we want to say it's time that Joseph Boakai becomes serious. He must be serious to act on these officials. 425 officials have deliberately, willfully, intentionally decided not to live by the command of the chief executive, Joseph Boakai, who said that those who don't declare their assets, I will look for Joseph Boakai tape. I'm going to look for that tape today, and I will play it tomorrow. In fact, maybe tonight, if I had a little time, so tonight I might do it. Find a quarter piece and let you guys continue to hear his voice and compare it to this issue. LACC is going to publish the name of all these people then. LACC or prosecute them. I don't know whether LACC will have to do that. No, the people that Joseph Boakai, write Joseph Boakai, LACC should write Joseph Boakai a nice letter and tell him, so we regret that your officials, after 100 days, they have not declared their asset. 425 of them. If possible, get a list and attach it to a letter and send it to his office. So you will know that you guys at the LACC will not take things for granted, especially on the rule of law. Guys, it's shameful disgraceful, dishonorable for anyone who is a government official to refuse presidential order, right? Presidential order. You are minister, deputy minister, director, deputy director general. Okay, the BB title then. And they say declare your asset. Then you think that you don't declare your asset, nobody gonna. Oh my God, Joseph Boakai himself. I'm sure somebody in that, I know there's some official in that mansion said they just don't care to declare their assets. Joseph Boakai don't care too. So these are situations that got Liberia where it is today. And people get a power. That's all they want. Then they should just be announced minister of this, director general of this. That's all they want. You got a piece of law lying down. Just say, go and declare your asset. Go and take a form, sign, put all the name of the thing you have in. If you get 2 trusts, you put 2 trusts there, right? Because you don't get a car, you don't get houses. Put what you get there. You don't get nothing, so you don't get nothing. Then people will respect you just by declaring what you have. But if you decide not to at all, that's been gross. That's gross insubordination to the president of Liberia and to the people of Liberia. So we hope some of you that are listening, maybe you can do it for now tomorrow. Because you don't know. Maybe Joseph Boakai hearing us, right? Maybe when he returns, maybe he coming with a bomb. Come and dismiss all of you guys. So some of you better pay attention. Sometimes, we are not saying altogether Joseph Boakai is not going to act. But we're cautioning him. His failure to not even act after the 100 days gone is what we are challenging him on. So it's possible that when he returns, there will be a press conference, major press conference. And that major press conference could be what? Dismiss all of you 425 persons and form a new government. Don't take things for granted. Some of you hearing me, just go and declare your asset before the week and before the president arrives. Because the embarrassment is there. The way we're singing the song right now, you can trust me. If you are not prepared to take action, you'll be forced to take action. Take note of that. Don't be surprised that some of you will be dismissed very shortly. So if you even know what I know tomorrow morning, by the time you wake up from bed, the first thing you do, you run to LACC and declare your asset. It's very possible. Let me warn you. Let me warn you seriously. If you don't get ear to hear, you probably will feel very shortly. Because this is an embarrassment for the president, right? 425 of you, those of you now who are in government, have not declared asset. The president is now embarrassed. It's very possible some international partner will ask him a question. Oh, there's a big news in Liberia, right? Your people you appointed, they are not declared an asset. That embarrassment will cause the president to come and have a major press conference and tell you all you got, you are dismissed henceforth for your failure to declare your assets. So you know what I know? This is a free legal advice. Go tomorrow morning, pick out a form, put whatever you have, you sign it, you submit it. Then the LACC will update your own record as of tomorrow. But if you think you're going to take things for granted, you might just get a surprise. That's what we knew about Samuel Doe. Samuel Doe, get ready, get in the morning, you go to the Minister of Finance. When people are in office, and by the time you get to the office, you dismiss them. That's what we call government. Sometimes let me not bring Doe politics into this thing, but I was as a young man in Morovia at the time, I saw that. Someone don't wake up in the morning, go to finance minister. I think what was it about? Ivan Jones or some other group of people at the Ministry of Finance. I don't remember the facts. Don't hold me by it. He went to Minister of Finance. I know he went to Minister of Finance. When you got funding, you go to the executive mansion, there were dismissal. No one is in this. You can sit down and say, "Oh, because Joseph Boakai appointed me a part of the United Party, that means I can do anything on my own." So I'm very likely Joseph Boakai will come tomorrow and dismiss all of you. 425. That's a shame and disgrace to the United Party and the Joseph Boakai and all your people. Shame and disgrace. Now, we do not know how many of the legislators themselves have declared the answer. We don't know the number. But the obligation is on the Speaker, the President pro tempore, to announce how many senators and representatives have declared their assets. Humbly, the obligation is on you to say how many senators have declared their asset. Speaker Kofa, right? Kofa. The obligation is also on him to say how many representatives have declared their asset. The Chief Justice, the obligation is on him to say how many of the justices and judges of court have declared their assets. You can sit and you keep Liberia down continuously. And all of you can argue, Liberia is backward, Liberia is backward. The little thing, your time, you can get it right. And still you're running government. How long does it take you? Pick up your phone. You find asset declaration is just unique. Get one lawyer. Don't do it by yourself because there are intricacies you may not understand. There doesn't matter of your education. What are you going to do to declare asset? There's so much involved. The facts that you put on that piece of paper you submitted, you can be held to account. If you lie on them, you can be held to account. So the best you can do for yourself, find a lawyer. And if you don't have a lawyer, even if you are a lawyer in government, get a legal counsel who you can tell you, look, I get 5 cars here. I get this, my bank account, whatever is left. Somebody you trust. Don't give your asset declaration information to unknown person. People, some crooks that you go and say, well, this is my asset. No, you must find a good lawyer given your private information. And then your declaration will be genuine and to the point. If you don't do these things, you hold yourself responsible as a public servant. You are not a private person. As long as you enter government, you're supposed to be someone with good intention to help Liberia, to change the situation that Liberia faces. Don't sit backward and think all is well. That's not how people do things. Is it the American people here, the Republican, the Democrat? They are at each other's throat. And that's how government works. It doesn't mean they hate one another, though. Senators should be telling representatives, oh, my man, have you declared your assets? In public forum, I think I may not get all of the fact, but Yombly was public on that. Dillon was public on that. And okay, Joseph Boakai, that's what I know about. Now the LACC says 75. So out of the 575 declared asset, so it means even the senator, because the senators and representatives are what? 105, right? 103 or 105? 103. So it means even they themselves, some of them have not declared their assets. That's a shame, an embarrassment to Liberia, poor country Liberia. All of you are running around to become public official, then you can't declare your asset. Shame and disgrace. So please get it right. You don't do it. Joseph Boakai, if you return, this person declare asset, dismiss all of them. Even the senator and representative, you know what? There can be a politics play to get people out of that legislature. If you are a respecter of the law, you cannot be a lawmaker. So that's the point here, and we want to commend the Inquirer and the New Republic newspaper. They published the information. You remember we spoke about this last week, right? And that's how the media, being the fourth estate, supposed to demonstrate. You can put pressure on government officials to get things done right. Imagine this information going up, everybody start reading it. Okay, Joseph Boakai himself, you don't take action, you'll be forced to take action. Even if he was not prepared to take action, if you felt this is an insignificant issue, at this point in time, he will know exactly there's something serious here that he has to deal with. When he comes back, I know the media will even want to put microphone to his mouth and ask him this question. Why 425 of your officials have not declared their asset and you have said nothing about it? Mr. President, why you haven't said anything? He doesn't want to tell you, want to warn you. Continue asking questions. Why are you walking? Mr. President, Liberians want to hear from you. Why your people have not declared asset and why you haven't taken action? He might be forced to stop and address this issue. But I'm very sure this is going to embarrass him. So probably when he comes back, there could be a bomb for those officials who have not declared asset. If he takes no action again, then means Joseph Boakai not serious. Let me be the one to say, if Joseph Boakai takes no action against the 425, I mean he's not serious. It means he's just one of those who says things and he doesn't act. He say what? Say and do, say and do. Now what job we are what? Now we can say and do. Now what people calling him? Now it's time for Joseph Boakai. If you say and don't do, then who you are? All right. So that's what I have for you on this segment. The rule of law, as part of arrest, must be adhered to. And to adhere to that, it can be 425 officials who will not respect the rule of law, the agony, error in arrest. So Joseph Boakai himself doesn't take action. That means he's not serious for the rule of law issue. So that's how we want to deal with this issue. Now there's something that's happening in Liberia. The next thing we want to talk about, just two things I'm here for today. I'm gonna close very shortly. Another thing I want to talk about today, it has to do with I didn't upload one. There's a lot of drugs. They say what? Zombie, right? They say there's another drug that is in Liberia. Some of these substances that is disturbing the young people in Liberia. Zombie, they call it. I don't know about it. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I have no idea about what is happening. But it's important. What is important in these disclosures? What is important in this public comment? The first 100 days since drugs were being brought into the country or carried into the country. So I'm talking about Liberia, and I'm not there. There should have been a need the first 100 days that the borders of Liberia could have been sealed. You are known the leakages where those drugs come from into Liberia. If you did not stop that after the 100 day and you want to bluff with the disclosure of finding drugs, we think you are not working. From the police director clean down to immigration people, you're supposed to protect the border point of Liberia so that no drug. How did the drug get into Liberia? The zombie, how did it come to Liberia? Do they manufacture in Liberia? If they manufacture in Liberia, then of course you should know where they're manufacturing it. But if it entered Liberia, how? Did they come through the airport, the free port, Buchanan port, or the different port of entry? Aren't there people there? Or are you dismissing security personnel who are manning these port of entries? I mean, if they're not working and things coming through that, of course, these people should be dismissed and other people be placed on post. If you are doing nothing about these things, then only you want to get what we get this amount of drugs we have arrested. We arrested these people. Well, these are the problems we have. Now, if these people were arrested at the port of entry, it made that a good sense. It means that you are on top of your information. But don't let the people bring the drugs in. They finish selling some of those things already, or they send it all over the country. Then they feel that you think you're going to collect anything, come in and make news out of it. It's important that the port of entry will be protected so that you can, when you get it at the port of entry, sometimes you just get ready to destroy right there. Those who bring it in, prosecute them. As there's always, somebody said that the best people to take care of border point are people who themselves are not involved in the trade. Now, we're not saying any of these security persons from the top to the bottom are involved. But if actions are supposed to be taken and those actions are not, then of course people start looking at you guys with some suspicion. Somebody say the only people who bring those things in the country will be security personnel, public officials. Is that true? Because an ordinary person will not bring continuum of drugs. Those who bring drugs in the country, they know how to get it done. They go about talking to all of you, some of these security persons, because it's all about money. So we believe the government is going to be more serious, more proactive, and take action. Make sure the borders are controlled with honest people. Just stop the drug from infiltrating Liberia. Just stop it. And the best way to stop it is to work harder. You don't have manpower. Liberians are looking for a job. Employ sufficient men and put on different port of entry. Put security on security. So that if somebody feel they can be manipulated and then using the process of trading, dismiss the kind of people and prosecute them. So these are the two things we want to talk about today. There are a lot of things we're going to be talking about, but these are the two things. The first thing is, which is a very serious issue, the rule of law in Liberia. If Joseph Boakai officials have not declared their assets and he takes no action about that, it means he's not serious. Yeah, we can say probably Joseph Boakai, even if he come back to the country and he takes no action, it means he is not serious about the rule of law. They say what? Section. The LACC say what? Section 10.1 of the Code of Conduct and 10.2H, the same Code of Conduct, prohibit public officials' refusal to declare their assets. I mean, when you're appointed in the public office, you must declare your assets. If you don't do it, that's cross-defined. That's defined. And you should be stopped. And the way to stop you is to dismiss you outrightly. And again, I warn you guys, this is public information. Joseph Boakai could be in Barry. He could dismiss all of you guys, 425. Maybe minus the senators, representatives, and justices. Now I mean, because it means that you don't do it, would dissolve the entire legislature, would dissolve the entire judiciary, right? Because what? You cannot be a lawmaker and you refuse to declare your asset. That's shameful. That's an embarrassment to the country. Let us assume Joseph Boakai did now. What you do to him? He put metal all over the place. What you do? And no, that's not what I call for. Let me tell you now. Because some of you guys say, oh, Jensen say the memo dissolve the cabinet and not the cabinet dissolve the entire that's the entire cabinet. He can dissolve the entire cabinet. That one there's no even end. But when you extend it to the other two branches of government, that means that's serious thing now. That's more than serious thing. But why would you be a justice? You can't declare an asset. I don't know. I think the justices have declared an asset though. The 5 of them, I'm sure they are more than 75. But I think the LACC should make a distinction. Elaborate more on the 75. Say the 5 justices have declared their assets, or this number have declared assets, or the judges of courts, they have declared their assets, and then you go to the judiciary, the senators, this amount of senators have declared assets, this amount of representatives have declared assets, these people have not declared, these people are not declared. Then you do justice to the country. I think so the LACC herself has an obligation to tell Liberians so that let the pressure be on those people. If any of the justices have not declared their assets, it should be of public information. And that should come from the LACC. If any of the senators have not declared their assets, the obligation is on the president pro tempore. The president of the Senate, he's an official of the executive branch. So I wouldn't say he has the responsibility. No, he doesn't. The president pro tempore is the administrative, and there's another issue I'll raise. Maybe I'm just throwing on that. I have observed, or two already have observed very strongly, that Yombli Kanga is continuously holding a gavel. I wouldn't think that's how it should be. The presiding officer of the Senate is the president of the Senate, the vice president. So he should preside all of the time, except he's out of the country or he's sick or he's somewhere else. That's something I'm going to raise. I mean, I'm raising it now, but I'm going to discuss it in detail, right? It's been observed that the president pro tempore of the Senate continuously preside. And sometimes he get a gavel. I think what Darrell Dillon has. Darrell Dillon is like an advisor to the president pro tempore, right? Dillon, my man. But I mean, anyway, I like Dillon. He can force his way into things, So this will not be surprising to see him doing those things, right? But hey, honestly speaking, the president of the Senate, the presiding officer of the Senate, are the president of the Senate. The president of the Senate is the vice president, not the president pro tempore. President pro tempore is just an administrator for the senators. Go and make sure the rule and other committee is working, the executive committee is working, the judiciary, those people are doing their job. Check on them, make sure that they are taking command from plenary and acting on those workings of the respective standing committees. If you get those things done, then of course the Senate become more efficient, become more proactive in working and making sure that decisions are made on a timely basis. But not to be presiding every time. Then we don't see the president of the Senate presiding. Is it that he himself is scared to preside? Or is Yomli most, anyway, let me not go that far. Yomli, Kanga Lawrence, President Pro tem of the Senate, you are the administrator of the Senate, not president of the Senate, not the presiding officer of the Senate. You can preside though. Any other senator can preside. But the Constitution, oh my God, I don't want to open because I don't have much time here. Well, okay, we're going to discuss that later. It wasn't part of my discussion, it's just popping, right? We're going to discuss that separately. Today's discussion, we are focusing on the rule of law, the arrest, agricultural rule of law, road reconstruction, whatever you call it, arrest, education, sanitation. Sanitation, again, I wanted a part of what they call. Let's say get there or Morovia. Then you say arrest. And somebody say you still get sufficient time. And I agree. You still get sufficient time. The 100-day part, you'll feel. Let me be honest with you. The first marking period test, you'll feel. People didn't do nothing serious. All you've been doing just like a whole lot of small noise all around the place. So that's how we want to come to the close of today's program. We're going to discuss the issue of Boakai's action. If Boakai come back to the country and he doesn't take action, we'll come right back and say Boakai is not serious. And we're writing black and white. Hello? Yes. If Boakai does not take action on the 425, meaning he's not serious to run the government of Liberia. The OH thing we're talking here, somebody can't tell me about OH here. No, it's not OH, it's governance, respecting the rule of law. A Boakai voice cannot be honored by these officials and he doesn't take any action. It means Boakai himself is not fit to be president of Liberia. You can call me on that. LACC section 10.1 and 10.2H are violated by those officials. So if Joseph Boakai cannot take action on them, then why is he president? So that's a challenge. And I'm sure, again, let me warn all of you guys, the 425, if you haven't declared an asset, it's better you act now than being dismayed just for the little thing that you can do easily. So why Joseph Boakai can't more dismay all the 425? Or where he is tonight? Why if tonight Joseph Boakai issue a statement say the 425 who are not declared asset, they are dismissed? What will you do? You just come. Right? And some of your officials listen to her. I'm sure the information minister could get this information, Mr. President. There's someone now with the 425 people. You had to take some action against them. They should not have done. Let me be honest with you. If I was, that's what someone can get in your government, right? Because if our information minister, you can trust me, the way talking to see, I would have been suggesting to Boakai, Mr. President, when you come back, there must be some sort of action. I'm not going to dictate to Mr. President, but these are things that embarrass our country. Your government in particular, the United Partisans. The chairman of the party should be, they know to run political party is so unique. But some of you people can get yourself so much into, I don't want to call some kind of word here. You get so much involved into, okay, let me hold my mouth a little bit, right? But why would you be party official and you can't even question your very government to make sure the right things are done? Why wouldn't you? You meet the president as party chairman, you meet the president, and these things are happening. And some of your parties are right behind you at the party one appointment. Why you can't allow these people who have been given the chance and they have failed to act, get out of the system and bring other people in? So these are the things we're talking about. So guys, I should have gone to some kind of program, but I'm more late. right? So that's what I wanted to call on Joseph Boakai, and that's all. It's like repeating ourselves, but it's a serious issue. That's why we keep repeating ourselves. Those of you who have not declared your asset, please do. That's what the law says. So respect the law of the land, the laws of the land. This is just one issue. There could be several other issues. So respect the laws and make sure that Bokai's government become a real rescue, a real rescue team, right? You can do rescue. Then why you can do the right thing? So you can rescue the country. You want to rescue the country from Joe Weir, from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, from the Richard Taylor, from all the presidents that are gone, that have done nothing about the country. Why can't you do the extraordinary thing for the good of Liberia? Why can't you? So that you can leave record. Joseph Boakai, people say you were old. It's okay, yeah, the woman old, the woman can still work. So prove yourself that you came and you're going to do it differently. Liberians will be happy with your performance. The first 100 days, you put microphone to many Liberians. You can trust me, Mr. President. You will not be, you may not tap George Weah. Let me put it that way. They'll be so nice. People will start measuring you with George Weah, and maybe after some of your people will be sure to be advancing you. George Weah dancing all over the place. You know what he's dancing for? He want Liberians to get to understand that he was better than you, Mr. President. And don't do that. That'll be a shame and disgrace not to only you, but to every generation. So people like these people who you told giving the chance to work, they don't do what you're supposed to do. Dismiss these people, suspend them, get rid of them in front of new government. Okay, so that's how we want to come to the close of today. And for the drugs issue we have spoken about, we're going to be talking about drugs in detail. We want everybody to work, just better Liberia. You know, I was at a graduation, a low board program this few days. I said, oh my God, if the government officials have eyes to see and have wisdom and knowledge, they can. These young Liberians who are shining in the United States, how long does it take to collect all the people and just make sure you keep spot check these children and make Liberia the proud country tomorrow? It may not be your time. But just for example, the ambassador to the United States, does he even know how many Liberians are in the States? I doubt it. Maybe, I doubt it. Does he understand how many educated Liberians are here? I doubt it if he has. Does he understand how many Liberian-born citizens have had children here and get records of these people? I doubt it if he has. I doubt it if the embassy has. Now I'm just chunking my voice on that, right? But why would I be an ambassador to the United States? Even though ambassadorial positions are the Constitution, not the Constitution, the job description of being an ambassador, you must be creative besides what is written in the statute and work for the general good of all Liberia, even those who have attachment. Let's say naturalized Americans who from Liberia, who are excelling here, who have children here. Those children are excelling. Isn't that a good thing? So America is going to tap into these kids, right? Because some of you people don't even have an idea how to get hold of these kids. You're not going to come and change the mind of the child, but the policy program that you develop, that the kids themselves can start to look at. So mine died from Liberia, so that even they get big tomorrow, and if some of them, excel in other areas of career life, they get reminded. I'm originally, mine died from Liberia. Most of the people in the town ask you, originally, where are you from? That's what people ask you in a common conversation. People ask you, where are you from? They don't care. People in this place don't care whether you naturalize yourself as a citizen, whatever. They don't care. They look at you strictly. They know exactly how you look like, your color, your appearances, something different to them. So they want to know where you're from. Some will get a smart answer though. But in short, the way countries are developed, it's not just what your assignment is. You must be innovative, creative, and look above yourself. Like the little thing I'm talking here. I go to the low child program, look at the low child with some seriousness. My mind, it's not just a low child. A low child is just one. But I think of many other children that are excelling in this country. Think about this graduation that's coming up, high school graduation. Do you know how many Liberian children or Liberian naturalized children, or whatever you call it, are here and excelling? Who pay attention to those kids? Nobody, right? Because you're just some of you people don't even care to think about the future. Maybe you don't care how Liberia will be the next 100 years to come. You have no idea to think about that. Because sometimes you feel like even when you die, I'm going to do my own when I'm dead. When I die, I'm out. So when people think about your immediate children or your family, that's what you care for. But sometimes expand your thought, your thinking, ability. What is it like I can do? Oh, children are progressing. Maybe you create a little unit at the embassy so that group of people will make sure the spot check those kids all over the country, the United States. Imagine how many children are graduating. Just look at it, just consider and go on social media. Just make sure somebody get a little tax. And somebody just a card from the ambassador, Mr. Blah 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 blah. I just saw your child graduated from ABC high school or university or college or whatever, high school, college, and university. You target those children, send them a greeting card and some kind of appreciation to that parent for doing what they're doing. You win the mind of the parent. So the children themselves. But you sit down, all you want to do is that big name. Or the ambassador to the United Nations, the ambassador to the US, ambassador to Europe, and blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, you do nothing absolutely. Government can, government go. So the only people who take a blame are the president. Oh, yeah, George, we have failed. But people are looking behind George Weah. Those ministers who call George Weah the failed, they're not looking at that. And some of you people, even that, oh my God. Anyway, that's not the topic for today. The topic for today, let me emphasize again. I have just 7 more minutes, but I'm not sure I'm going to use the 7 minutes. Here's the issue. This is a test for the rule of law. The failure of the 425 people, officials of the United Party-led government, who have deliberately refused, willfully refused, intentionally refused to do what Joseph Boakai said he would do, meaning for them to respect the laws. So that's a shame and disgrace for the entire United Party. Some of you want to get verse, say, come and get verse. I will tell you whether or not you understand how governments are run, from the political party to the national scene. That's why when you are selecting people, you should make sure people obligate themselves to live by the rule of law. So there should have been some kind of a form that from the party and people will sign. Even they're not from the party, that people will sign something from beside the normal constitutional obligation to these people. Some of these forms could be to the point where even they don't live by it, you can sue them. That's what we want to see. We say rescue team are ready to work. But other people fighting here, there, even to establish government was half other people. And the people get a people job, they're not respecting the laws of the land. Then what do you do with them? Just sit and yell like nothing happening? That's shame and disgrace on all of you guys. So we're not looking at Joseph Boakai to see what you do. If he takes no action, it means Joseph Boakai he himself must think about leaving the stage. It means he himself is not serious for the rule of law. It means he promised Liberia and he's not living up to the things he said he would do. Okay? So that's how we want to come to the close of the day. For the drugs issue, it's not about displaying drugs. That's my only comment here. It's not about displaying drugs all around the country. What is important? Man the borders of the country. Make sure those who bring in drugs do not have the slightest chance to enter with it. How the hell in the world you have somebody go put drug in the airplane and bring it in the country? Or bring it right to the free port of Monrovia in continuum and they come across with it. Then you get to Monrovia and say you catch drugs. The drug you want to maybe Claratown or West Point or Nickertown or what? Don't want to blame those people. You people are living up there. Not true. You get drugs in Nickertown, West Point, Claratown, and all over the place, right? Yeah. But primarily, these people. Then you go and collect few of it, then you call press conference, say, oh, we announced, get another drug they call zombie, all kind of crap. Doesn't help the country. No. If those were the free port, if even a parcel of drug will be found coming from the free port, from the head to the bottom must be dismissed outrightly, then you send any other group there, they will not try anything else. From the airport, if you found a drug leaked from the airport, how? The question how cannot be answered. Of course, all of those people from the top to the bottom there must be dismissed. Send a new group there. So when they hear that has happened, you can trust me, they will not allow one parcel to pass through that airport. But if you use all the kind of small politics, oh, the drug, we don't know how it came here, blah, 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 all of those stuff. They're not serious. It means all of you guys not serious. And when you're not serious, the time you can get serious, the election coming. When the election is around, then you want to be serious. This is the best time for all the people to be serious, to do the people work. You're being paid. Some of the very people are not being paid. So why don't you work? So, yeah, work harder. Do what you're supposed to do. Rescue the country. Rescue the country. That's what you promised to do. But drugs passing through all the way port of entry and getting to Monrovia. How? How? It means you people, some of you, very people call yourself official, are the one who doing these things. Dealing the drugs all around the place. Then when you get small, you can bring it in front. Just say, okay, this is what we have. I think they be serious. Okay? So that's how we want to come to the close of today's program. It's been a pleasure to have you with me, those of you who've been here. And yeah, we emphasizing a lot on Liberia because, when you have a country that was one, a beacon of hope, all African countries are looking up to Liberia. I'm talking for a fact. When I was in Tottenham, we have Mr. Akin. I don't know, maybe that old man said I'll die. They're so rest in peace if he has. And of course, talking about the 80s, I'm sure he may not be alive, right? But we had this kind of people. When I was in junior high, I had an Indian woman teaching me. You know where I was? Way in the forest, not in forest, Kidma, the mining area, we had Indian people teaching us. So just imagine today's Liberia. Even those people want to teach, they don't even think about Liberia, right? They think about going to other countries. Why? Because you must make the country to be well respected. By that, people looking for a job, they will go to Liberia. Maybe, look, if you all have better Liberia, there are more Liberians in America that will want to go to Liberia to work. People want to go to Liberia and go do medical treatment. But you haven't better country. All some people get see your run away, you go right to Ghana. Then what made me now to say, okay, I guess some kind of stomach sick, let me go open my God. When you official and get sick, you don't go to a hospital at JFK, so you can open your God. You run away, you go to Ghana for them to open your God. As Jane talking about yeah, I'm gonna pay you go there and open your God, and so now you don't survive it. So because you're scared to die, you don't go to JFK, but you go to India, you go to Ghana, you go to other places for treatment. That's a different topic. Now my time is over. I get 59. 4 more seconds. That's how we come to the close of today's program. Those of you who've been watching, want to say thank you so much for being with us. It's a pleasure to have you with us every time. Just share, make a comment, and we will appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant and a wonderful day. I am James Jensen. I've been sitting here for the past 1 hour. It was a pleasure having you. Always don't make it 2A Radio, the African Actions Network. We are here just for you. Thank you and have a pleasant. So I was a good day. Good night. Good night. From my end, good night. Okay.